There is no such thing as a West Bank. It's Judea and Samaria. There's no such thing as a settlement. They're communities, they're neighborhoods, they're cities. There's no such thing as an occupation.
This is the man President Trump has nominated as the US ambassador to Israel. Evangelical Christian Mike Huckabee is a staunch supporter of Israel and Zionism. This is the reaction of far-right members and former members of the Israeli government, including pro-settler leader Itamar Ben-Gvir. The former Arkansas governor has claimed he's visited Israel more than 100 times and simply denies that Palestinians exist.
I have to be careful saying this because people will really get upset. There's really no such thing as a Palestinian.
He has consistently opposed the two-state solution, which envisions separate Israeli and Palestinian states coexisting peacefully. Instead, he has suggested that Palestinians could relocate to other countries, implying that there's plenty of land for them in nations such as Jordan, Egypt, and Syria. But according to Trump, this is the man who will bring peace to the Middle East. So who exactly is he? And what does the appointment of the former Southern Baptist minister mean for US-Israel relations under Trump? Mike Huckabee was a Southern Baptist minister for 12 years in his home state of Arkansas before transferring his preaching abilities to the political arena. Between 1996 and 2007, the ordained pastor served as governor of Arkansas, before launching unsuccessful attempts to be the Republican presidential candidate during the 2008 and 2016 primary seasons. During these attempts, Huckabee campaigned against gay marriage and abortion. In 2015, he supported denying abortion to a 10-year-old rape victim in Paraguay.
A 10-year-old girl being raped is horrible. But does it solve a problem by taking the life of an innocent child?
Between his two presidential attempts, Huckabee hosted a talk show on Fox News from 2008 to 2015, which was revived in 2017 and aired on TBN, a Christian television network. Since concluding his 2016 presidential campaign, Huckabee has been a steadfast supporter of Donald Trump. In recent years, he has focused on offering all-inclusive evangelical Christian tours of Israel for $5,850 per trip. After Trump won his second term, Huckabee became the first non-Jewish American to be named ambassador to Israel in almost 20 years, and represents a growing trend of Christian Zionism in the US.
When I read Genesis 12, and I'm reminded that those who bless Israel will be blessed, those who curse Israel will be cursed. I say that often because I want to remind people that if we really are biblical in our approach to faith, as I am absolutely unapologetically, then this gets to be an easy thing. Am I supportive of Israel? Yes, I am. Yeah. Why? Because I believe the book. It's as simple as that.
So what is Christian Zionism? It's an ideology that bases its political support for Israel on the belief that the modern state of Israel is tied to biblical prophecy and that the second coming of Christ is prophetically linked with Israel.
Christians and Jews, we are one. We are one.
There are approximately 30 million Christian Zionists in the US. Over the past few decades, they've contributed millions of dollars to new Israeli settlements.
President Trump clearly knows that the evangelical believers of America voted for him 89% in this last election. They were a real key part of the re-election. He also recognizes, as do many American Jews, that evangelical Christians in the United States support Israel probably more solidly than most American Jews do.
As a devout evangelical Christian, Huckabee's nomination underscores the growing influence of Christian Zionism in the Republican Party's ties to Israel. Huckabee is one of several Christian Zionists in Trump's cabinet who have strong ties with Israel. They include Ambassador to the UN Elise Stefanik, National Security Advisor Mike Waltz, and Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth. Huckabee has tied his faith to support for Israel's control of the occupied West Bank and the expansion of Israeli settlements, stating that the title deed was given by God to Abraham and to his heirs, and has aligned himself with right-wing settler groups. He's against the two-state solution, believing that surrounding Arab countries could absorb Palestinians.
Look, this fight goes all the way back to Isaac and Ishmael. And it's not going to be solved anytime by any of us anywhere soon. And it is going to be a long, protracted discussion. And the one thing I hope we can do is perhaps get all of the nations, particularly if you look at the vast amount of land in the control of Arab countries, to be willing to make some concessions to provide for real estate that is ample and really desirable, for there to be location of people when there's not going to be adequate space within the context of Israel itself.
Huckabee has taken a hardline pro-Israel stance during Israel's war on Gaza, which has killed more than 47,000 Palestinians. Huckabee, who has a close relationship with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, accused the Biden administration of a schizophrenic policy towards Israel and for pressuring Israel more than Hamas. For Palestinians, Huckabee's appointment was met with anger, with renowned Palestinian Greek Orthodox Archbishop Atallah Henna criticizing the ambassador-designate. Huckabee alleges that there is no such thing as Palestine or a Palestinian people, as though he has not read history or refuses to acknowledge it, that Palestine exists and its people exist, whether he likes it or not.